It's the 1960s, and a young poet with a magnetic presence is about to change the face of rock and roll forever. Born into a military family in Melbourne, Florida, Morrison's early life was marked by constant movement. But it was this nomadic existence that shaped his artistic soul. While other kids were playing ball, young Jim was diving deep into the works of French symbolist poets and getting lost in the wild prose of the Beat Generation writers. The real magic happened when Morrison landed at UCLA. There he met Ray Manzarek, and their chance encounter would give birth to one of the most influential bands in history, The Doors. Along with Robbie Krieger and John Densmore, they created a sound that was unlike anything anyone had heard before, a hypnotic blend of rock, blues, and jazz that seemed to open doorways to other dimensions. But it wasn't just the music that captivated audiences. Morrison himself was like a force of nature on stage. With his leather pants, wild hair, and that intense stare, he wasn't just performing. He was channeling something primal and powerful. His lyrics weren't your typical love songs. They were dark poetry set to music, exploring themes of death, rebellion, and consciousness expansion. Light My Fire shot them to stardom, but Morrison wasn't interested in being just another rock star. He was a poet first, a showman second, and his performances became legendary, sometimes for all the wrong reasons. His wild antics and heavy substance use became as much a part of his story as his music. The thing about Morrison was that he perfectly embodied the spirit of the 1960s counterculture. He wasn't just singing about rebellion, he was living it. Every performance was unpredictable, every interview was an adventure, and his lyrics spoke to a generation searching for something more than the conventional American dream. But like many bright flames, Morrison's burned out too quickly. On July 3, 1971, he was found dead in a Paris apartment under mysterious circumstances. He was just 27 years old, joining what would later be known as the 27 Club, a group of legendary musicians who died at that same age. Yet even today, Morrison's influence echoes through music history. He wasn't just a singer. He was a poet, a provocateur, a shaman of rock and roll. His legacy lives on not just in The Doors' timeless music, but in every artist who dares to push boundaries and challenge conventions. Jim Morrison showed us that rock and roll could be more than just music. It could be poetry, rebellion, and art all rolled into one. He reminded us that sometimes the most powerful voices are the ones that burn.